Spiritual Life Center, transforming lives as we love, serve, and remember who we are. One heart, one mind, one soul at a time.
Hi, thanks so much for joining me today in our little get-together to play some music and have some conversation. I'm so honored that you've chosen to spend some time with me today. Well, these are quite stressful times that we find ourselves living in. I guess we're going through some real growing pains of a new age. But no matter how seemingly crazy things can get, one thing that is always constant and nurturing in my life, and I'm sure in your life too, is music. The laws of music are the same laws that create our physical reality, the laws of vibration and harmony. They hold everything that we know together. And so music can take us beyond the churning day-to-day surface noise of this world, and can put us in touch with deeper parts of ourselves that are much more basic, profound, and truthful as to who we really are. And one of those deeper parts that we can really use a lot of these days is the calmness and peace that can live in our hearts. Calmness and peace are in many ways hardwired into the structure of who we are. It's the operating system of how we're made, and music can take our awareness there. So, I've called our get-together today, Life in Three-Quarter Time. Now, three-quarter time is the rhythm in music that goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 3 beats to a measure and then keeps repeating. It's waltz time. It's also lullaby time. It's that beautiful rocking motion. A mother rocking her baby. Well, you got the picture. Three-quarter time is the rhythm of our heart chakra. When we listen to music in three-quarter time, we get in phase with our nurturing heart energy. And this is just so grounding and calming. Just what we need today. So, I would like to start off by playing some music in three-quarter time, and hopefully we can all take a deep breath and relax into that soothing heart energy. This first song is one of my favorite old James Taylor songs. It's a modern-day cowboy song and reminds me of my time as a boy being raised on the prairie of Nebraska. It's called Sweet Baby James, and I sure hope you like it. Well, hopefully that three-quarter time got your heart energy flowing. If that didn't do it, this next song hopefully will work. Well, I want to change the topic for a little bit here. Back in the 1960s and early 1970s, we were going through quite a consciousness shift on this planet. This shift back then was networked, communicated, and spearheaded in many ways by the arts. Music, theater, and literature all had their own part in moving the ideas, concepts, and perspectives of this new wave of consciousness forward. It was a very exciting time for me as a young man back then. I remember being moved and touched by a certain Broadway play that was popular at that time that really spoke to me of some of these new ways to view life. It was called Man of La Mancha, the story of a seemingly crazy old man who fantasizes himself being a medieval knight. And the play was his exploits as he goes on fantastic quests to uphold nobility, chivalry, and honor. The play is rollicking and fun, but underlying it all is a profound message. And that is that we often have to lose our small, constrained views of reality to see what is real and beautiful underneath it all. The old man, who called himself Don Quixote, was delusional to most people. But he was seeing a world that was full of beauty and adventure, where most people were seeing a world of mundanity and ugliness. And they were calling him crazy. Well, on one of his quests in this play, he comes upon a rundown and dilapidated old country inn. But he sees this inn as a grand castle. And at the inn, he meets a scullery maid who works there, named La Danza. She's lived a tough, hard, and abusive life. She works in the kitchen there and is also a lady of the evening. Well, when he comes upon her at the inn, he doesn't see the downtrodden, luckless, rough woman. He sees the most beautiful, virtuous woman he has ever laid eyes on. He pledges himself to her to be her chivalrous knight that will always uphold and defend her honor and her royal nature. He calls her Dulcinea and sings a beautiful love song to her. Well, she pities this crazy old man and wants nothing to do with him. But later in the play, as the play ends, and Don Quixote is being mercilessly attacked by his family for being crazy, she appears on the scene and says to his cruel family, "Stop! I owe my new life and who I am now to this man. He saw the true me, and because of him, I realized who I really am at my deepest level. Because of his vision, which you call crazy, I've become Dulcinea. The real me. La Danza is no more." Oh, it's just a great message. I loved it. So, this is the song, the love song, that Don Quixote sings to her at the inn when he first sees her. It's in 3/4 time, and it's called Dulcinea. Well, how's that heart energy going? We're still going to work on it for a while here. We'll get it flowing. Well, they say you can't play a sad song on a banjo. But I say you can sure play a sad song in 3/4 time on a guitar. This next song is really sad. I love playing it because it really gets my heart energy flowing. It kind of cracks through those crusty layers that can cover up our hearts sometimes. I guess we just need a good cry every now and then. This is a very old song. It was written in 1580. It has become a traditional English ballad and also was made into a Christmas carol at one time. You have to really get into the mood here to get that heartache going. So here's the story. It was written from the viewpoint of a handsome young man of the court who has professed his love to a young lady, and she rejects him and sends him away. Not unlike Don Quixote, who we just heard from, but this guy is young and he's not crazy. Anyway, he is terribly crestfallen and heartbroken and confronts her at a social dance and says, Why did you send me away? I love you so much." And she is just all torn up inside because she really likes him and doesn't want to hurt him in any way and tells him so in the song. But she knows her future cannot be with him. He pleads with her just to give him one more dance together. And the song ends with them dancing together and crying in each other's arms. Oh, it'll just crack you up. And it's all in 3/4 time. Well, this is just my interpretation of the song, and there are many others, but I like this one. It gets that heart energy stirring. So here it is. It was number 1 in 1580, the Song of the Lady Greensleeves. As many of you know, I was raised on the prairie of Nebraska. It was very isolating in many ways. There wasn't a lot of people around to play music with. So I grew up alone, playing guitar for my angels. I never played guitar in person for people with physical bodies until I was much older in life, until I was in my 30s. And then, when I moved to California, I became what is termed a background musician. I'd play guitar for parties or in restaurants or bars, and just to give it a little atmosphere, and they didn't want me to draw too much attention to myself. However, I always dreamed of playing guitar in concert-like settings, where people would come and sit and actually pay attention and hear me play guitar. But I was very insecure. I really didn't have any faith that anybody would ever want to do that. I would think to myself, why would anybody want to come and sit and hear me play? I was sure everyone would just be bored and disinterested, and then just be socially polite and politely supportive and all that stuff. Well, this feeling provided me with a big life lesson. One day, I was just twisting in the wind with this insecurity, and I was demanding that my angels help me. I needed them to tell me how I can make myself interesting enough so people would want to come and sit and listen to me play guitar. I was pleading with them, saying things like, please tell me, could my playing become so powerful that people would become spiritually uplifted and raised to a new level, and that's why they'd want to come and hear me play guitar? And my angels just looked at me, and they shook their head and said, no. And I said, well then, could my guitar playing be so technically brilliant that people would come from all around just to marvel at how incredible it is, and that's why they'd come and sit and listen to me play guitar? And my angels just looked at me again, and they did one of those faces, you know. No. Well, I said, could I wow people and enchant them with my personality, and that's why they'd come and sit and put up with my guitar playing? And again, they just shook their head. And I finally have had the nerve to say, well, what is it? Do I have anything that would make anybody want to come and hear me play guitar? Anything? And my angels quietly and calmly said to me, you have one thing and one thing only, and it is the same thing that everybody has. All you can do is share with someone something you love to do. And that's all you have, and that's all you can do. And I said, oh no, that's not enough. That's way too vulnerable. And they just kept looking at me. And I knew they were right. I knew it. I knew it's all that anybody has, and I realized it's all that I have to give people. Sharing with someone something that I love to do. That's it. And then I said to them, well, can I at least tell this story? And they said, yes, you can tell this story. It was a profound lesson for me, and one that I know will take a long time for me to have it really sink in. But I really felt the truth of it. So, I'm going to start right now. I'm going to play a song that I just really love, and I really hope you like it too. It's a song that I loved as a young man in Nebraska. It has so many great memories for me. It was written and performed by one of my favorite songwriters, Donovan. And it's in 3/4 time. And it's called Catch the Wind. I had another profound thing that happened to me a couple weeks ago. I guess it's just a good time to have profound things happen to you. So with all this stuff going around these days, I didn't know if I'd ever play guitar live in front of people again. I thought maybe live performance was a thing of the past. Now, this was a couple weeks ago, and it's kind of lightened up now, but back then I didn't know. It really gave me pause and made me think about how I feel about that and how I would handle it. I churned on it for a while and finally said to myself, well, I started playing guitar for just my angels as a young kid, and I was very happy to do that at the time. So I guess I'll just go back and do that. I'll just sit and play guitar for my angels and have a good time. So I started sitting in my front room, and I'd envision my angels sitting in front of me in kind of a semicircle, and I'd play guitar for them. They seemed to love it. I loved it. I loved playing for them, and all was good again. And then once, when I got done playing and feeling very good, some spirit or guide or somebody whispered in my ear and said, you know, they can't hear your music. And I was shocked and said, what do you mean they can't hear my music? And this somebody said, they don't have physical ears. They can't hear physical sounds. I was crushed and confused. That seemed right when I heard it, but I couldn't understand what all this playing for my angels is all about if they can't hear me. I was really spun out because of this and felt kind of weird and embarrassed by the whole thing. And then the Spirit explained that they can't hear my physical sounds, but they can hear or perceive my feelings and emotions when I play guitar. And that is very pleasant, entertaining, and musical to them. I am hearing my physical notes while I'm playing, and they're hearing or perceiving my feelings and intentions. The Spirit went on to say, so when I'm playing guitar, they are seeing and feeling colors and patterns of rhythm and feeling my joy that I'm sending out. And they love it. They are having quite a good time experiencing me playing guitar in their angelic way. Wow. That was great. I kind of got it. And then so much made sense to me in terms of this spirit communication world. Like when you pray, you can't be jive. It doesn't work. Your physical words aren't what's heard, but what's heard is what you're truly sending out. Your true intentions and true emotions and their true meanings are being heard by the angels. You can't talk your way out of anything when it comes to the spirit world. Your physical words aren't what's paid attention to. What's expressed from your heart is what is perceived on the other side. The other side, so to speak. I don't know. Well, it was a big, big lesson for me. And so I got this great song that kind of ties in here. It's called When You Say Nothing at All. It was made famous by Alison Krauss, and it's about how the best way to say you love someone is not in words, but in those small, silent actions that you take that are led by true emotions of love that come from deep within your heart, like a parent to a child. So I'm going to jump out of 3/4 time right now. This song is in 4/4 time, and I dedicate this to all our angels. So here it is. When you say nothing at all. Thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I had just a super great time playing guitar and chatting with you. I guess it's what I love to do. Hope you had a good time too. Keep living your life in 3/4 time, and please stay close to your angels. I'll finish our time together with what I feel is one of the greatest spiritual songs of the early 1970s. It was a time when people needed to be uplifted and cheered up a bit, and certainly we could use a little of that right now. Thanks. I'm sure we'll meet again down the road, and until then, here's that song. It's the Beatles. Here Comes the Sun. Bye now.
Spiritual Life Center, transforming lives as we love, serve, and remember who we are. One heart.